Hello! Today, I will show you the secrets of my fairy tale castle.
A long time ago, under the wide blue sky, there was a beautiful land called the Kingdom of Noorana. Its mountains looked like soft green velvet, rivers flowed like lines of silver, and the gardens were always filled with dancing fragrance. In the center of this kingdom stood a magnificent palace whose roofs shone like blue sapphires. In this palace lived Princess Arina, a girl whose beauty was praised far and wide, but sadly her nature was filled with rudeness. Princess Arina spoke harshly to her servants, snatched anything she liked, and created storms in the palace over the smallest issue. The king and queen tried their best to guide her, but she never listened. One day the king said, "Arina, being a princess is not just a crown, it is a responsibility. But you are only spreading rudeness." The princess stomped her foot angrily and said, "If I am a princess, then everyone must serve me. It is their duty." The queen sighed sadly. "Duty does not belong only to others, my dear. You also have duties." But Arina remained the same. The king's decision. One day, an important guest arrived at the palace. He was the son of the royal minister named Farron. He was polite, gentle, and respectful. The king hoped Arina would meet him and learn some manners. But when Farron bowed to greet the princess, Arina smirked and said, "Yes, yes, forget the greetings and tell me what gift you brought for me." Farron was surprised. "I did not bring a gift, but I came with my manners and respect." Arina laughed. "Manners? Respect? These are things for weak people." Farron went quiet, but his heart filled with sadness. He asked the king's permission and left. This incident worried the king deeply. He decided it was time for Arina to understand her rudeness. He called upon the great teacher Baba Haleem, known for his wisdom and ability to change hearts. Baba Haleem's test. Baba Haleem called Arina to the palace garden and said, "My child, tomorrow you will go through a difficult test. If you fail, your title as princess will be taken away." Arina laughed. "My title taken away? That can never happen." But Baba Haleem looked serious, and for the first time Arina felt a little fear. The day of the test, the next morning, Arina woke up and was shocked. Her royal room had disappeared. Instead of a soft bed, there was a thick blanket on the floor. No servants were there. No mirror, no jewelry, no dresses. Nothing. Outside the door stood Baba Haleem. "From today you will live like a common girl until you learn what respect means." Arina screamed, "This is injustice. I am a princess." Baba Haleem replied, "Being a princess is not greatness. Learning humanity is greatness." First lesson, hunger. Arina demanded breakfast. "Bring me sweet milk and almond porridge." Baba Haleem said, "You will eat what the palace workers eat." Dry bread and lentils were given to her. She flipped the plate in anger, but when hunger increased, she had to eat it. For the first time, she realized hunger does not care about anyone. Second lesson, hard work. The next day, she had to water the plants in the garden. Arina had never lifted a bucket in her life. She shouted and complained, but eventually she noticed that every plant stands quietly and still needs water. For the first time, she understood the value of hard work. Third lesson, kindness. A few days later, a poor girl named Naab came with an injured foot. She fell in front of Arina. The princess turned away at first, but then something made her come back and help the girl up. Naab said in surprise, "Princess, you never help anyone." Arina gently replied, "Maybe I was wrong. Every human deserves respect." A change of heart. Time passed, and Arina began to change. She smiled while doing tasks she once hated. She thanked the servants, spoke kindly to the palace staff, and sat with Baba Haleem every day to learn what makes a person truly good. One day, Farron returned to the kingdom. When he saw Arina, he could not recognize her. Arina softly said, "Last time I hurt your feelings. Please forgive me." Farron smiled. "A true princess is one who beautifies her heart. You have truly changed." The final test. Baba Haleem told the king, "Now comes Arina's final test. If she passes, she will regain her title." The test was simple. Arina had to stand before everyone in the palace and admit her mistakes. Her heart trembled, but she bravely stepped forward. Arina said loudly, "I was rude, stubborn, and arrogant. I hurt all of you. Today I promise I will respect everyone and become a better princess." Everyone cheered in happiness. The new princess, the king, placed the crown on her head and said, "From today, you are no longer the rude Arina. You are the princess with a beautiful heart." Tears came into Arina's eyes, but this time they were not of pride. They were tears of joy and sincerity. After that day, a new light spread across the kingdom. Arina was no longer just beautiful. She became loving, polite, and kind, and everyone said, "The rude princess has now become the most loving and wonderful princess."